Hey, what's going on people? It's SGZ here from the SpartanGameZone, and in this video, I'll be showcasing my Supediore Rafa build. A build capable of some incredible damage, some incredible clear times, without the need for any skill really whatsoever. I'll be letting you know all the gear you'll want to hunt down, where you can find it, as well as the skill trees and all the other stuff that come together to have this build dominate the end game on Ultimate Vault Hunter 5. So let's crack into it. So if you haven't guessed from the name, this build centers around Tediore weapons, with a focus on maximizing the damage from their manufacturer trait, which causes a copy of the gun to be thrown on reload. When mobbing, there is no better choice here than the Chuck, a Tediore assault rifle that is best farmed for from Fractus in the Crawlcoft Order Bunker. The Chuck doesn't have a shooting component. Instead, whenever you fire it, and yes you can hold down the trigger, it'll just throw a copy of the weapon, meaning the reload damage of this gun is always at its peak, and that's exactly what we want here. This gun destroys mobs and has plenty of damage to deal with bosses too. However, mobbing is where it's at its best, but you'll want to hunt down a particular Chuck. You see, Tediore weapons don't always have the same reload effect. One might simply throw the gun, another might trigger Murph grenades on impact, but the best Chuck for mobbing at least is the one that homes into enemies. This means that you don't have to aim, simply hold down the fire button and you'll chuck Chucks left, right and center, where they'll home into your enemies, demolishing all of them. It'll have you clearing rooms in no time, and is where the no skill aspect of this build lies. The basics of understanding this build's damage potential is in the understanding of that Tediore manufacturer trait, where the damage of the thrown projectiles is calculated based on the damage of the weapon and the amount of ammo left in the magazine when you triggered that reload. The Chuck always deals its maximum reload potential, so it's not something you have to really think about while mobbing, but it is when bossing. And the weapon tailor-made for that side of things is the EZ Blast, a purple Tediore shotgun that can come in all of the elements and can flatten bosses with a single reload. Yes, only one, and for those that withstand the hit, just throw it again. When we're looking to maximize the EZ Blast's damage, it all comes down to mag size, as that is one part of the formula we can drastically change. We can't change the damage number on the card, but we can shove more ammo into that magazine. One way to do that is with a gun mag size roll on our enhancement. So here, with that one equipped, I'm dealing 332,000 damage against the dummy. But when I equip one, I'm dealing 487, which is bang on a 50% increase, directly proportional to the increase in mag size. There are plenty of Tediore enhancements designed to increase the reload effects damage of Tediore weapons. They don't focus on increasing magazine size, however, the principle is the same. The best one for increasing the damage of the Tediore reload effects is Divider, which grants a 50% chance for an extra projectile to be added to the reload, effectively bolstering its damage by 100%. You can see that on show here, and the ideal rolls on these Tediore enhancements is an increased mag size, shotgun mag size, and assault rifle mag size. Banger would be my second choice Tediore enhancement, which effectively acts as a 50% mag size boost, adding 50% maximum loaded ammo when calculating thrown damage. But what if I told you that if you got the legendary enhancement with Banger and Divider on it, then 50% of the time you'll be dealing 150% increased thrown damage, which is just insane. That's how we can increase the damage potential of this build, simply with an enhancement. But there's a few more ways we can add extra damage on top of that. One of those is through the Tediore manufacturer trait. As I mentioned before, these may be Merv, you may simply throw the gun, but what if I told you that getting the right one will have you throw an extra projectile, increasing your damage even more? That is the ideal one when we're looking to deal damage in this build, particularly for the EZ Blast. For the Chuck, it doesn't matter too much unless you plan on bossing with it, so there's certainly still an option there. Beside the Tediore part, because we're Rafa, we can get an extra projectile through our class mod. The class mod in question is the Grenade Zerker, which always drops with an increase in gun damage, which perfectly suits this build. You can get one by farming radix, who you can find in the vault around here in Carcadia Burn. And the best skill to look out for on this one is Synergia, which will increase the damage of our Tediore reloads. With the right gear and parts combination, you can throw 4 guns on reload, which is crazy to say the least. Best rolls on top of the gun damage roll for the Grenade Zerker include kinetic damage or any elemental damage boost that matches the guns you're using. Damage dealt and splash damage are great too. To round off the gear, we're using an order rep kit while mobbing because we get 2 charges which can cycle our action skill back faster. For bossing, I use this one just because it has better rolls and increases our one-shot potential. For the shield, the fireworks is the perfect choice, which you can obtain from Specialisations. You can find around here in the fade fields. It causes a fireworks display to erupt from the bodies of deceased enemies, which seek out others, dealing heavy damage. In the mobbing arena, you'll see them constantly zip around your screen, adding to the carnage you cause. The grenade I went with is the jelly, which can come in all the elements and is another thing you can get from Specialisations. The ideal element here is Incendiary because of our skills, which we'll get to very soon. And this grenade is incredibly deadly. Probably a little too deadly, so maybe a waterfall would be a better option. But this is perfect for proccing Synergia for that extra bit of gun damage. Alternative weapons for this build include the Omnibore, another non-legendary Tediore shotgun. The Husky Friend is also not a bad option, an easier farmed for alternative to the Omnibore, which you can get from Guardian Inceptus over in the Fade Fields. Lastly, there's always the Ruby's Grasp, which fires 4 projectiles on reload. However, that doesn't really play in with Digidivider too much. Banger is a better choice enhancement for the Ruby's Grasp's reload. When it comes to firmware, I decided to go 2 in Tediore for a nice bump in gun mag size. Bullets to spare for an even greater increase in mag size. And finally 1 in Get Throwing, which although states it boosts ordnance damage, actually increases the damage of our Tediore thrown weapons. And no, Tediore thrown guns do not count as ordnance. If you're looking for the skill tree, here it is on screen now. And what we're trying to achieve here is obviously to increase the damage of our thrown projectiles, those Tediore reloads, as that is the only thing we're doing in this build. Don't need fire rate, we want gun damage and splash damage, but the main 2 skills unique to Rafa which directly impact our Tediore thrown weapon damage is Asymmetric Warfare, which increases their damage by 45%, and Errant Spark, which grants them 40% bonus fire damage, and if they already deal fire damage, it will double that to 80. Because of Errant Spark, this build does perform better against flesh health bars, but it's perfectly capable against non-flesh too. This build also provides incredible overdrive uptime. There really isn't a time when you feel weak like there can be if you use the Dancer class mod, with Horega and Instinto in the red tree, in combination with In the Zone in the green tree, going a long way to achieve that. We also use the double auto shot capstone, which provides us with more hits. We're pretty much always proccing Horega with it when it's not on cooldown, and it's great for stacking our specialization skills too. Speaking of specializations, riddle you this is the one where our shotgun piecebreaker cannons will stack up to the max in just 10 shots, granting us 50% bonus gun damage, which is hard to achieve ourselves because we're not really shooting. We also grab Now with Caffeine, which reduces our action skill cooldown whenever we activate our rep kit, and because we'll be using auto rep kits, we can proc this twice as often. Bullet Train grants us increased gun damage the faster we're moving, and we move faster through Overdrive's default bonus, but also with those 5 points in Expedite. And lastly, the Best Defense grants us up to 30% increased damage based on the fullness of our shield or health, whatever has the maximum capacity. And that couples great with our Valente, which also grants us up to 30% increased damage based on the fullness of our shields. So it's really important while bossing to make sure our shields are topped.